Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I know it's been a while, but regular folk have to work. How's everybody doing today? Tonight? I know it's late. I'm sorry. The other option was to do something early. That's not so. I don't know. Early is not. I don't know. Not fun. Different vibe, right? When you go live early, daytime. Maybe for news or breaking news or something, or stuff like that. But I wanted to go and show some of the what's in the water. Vanessa was live today, and originally had a court date, but that got derailed. She didn't even know it was derailed, but it looks like things are happening that are probably not in her favor, and you can tell by the way she was behaving today online. Martha Martinez, hey, welcome, Los Angeles. Cindy Richards, a daytime in Sydney. Oh yeah, what is it, like 14 or 15 hours ahead, something like that, right? Afternoon for you. Welcome, Sydney, Australia, everyone. A lot of new faces and profiles. Appreciate you being here. Even though this is one of those late night. Usually it's a pillow talk. I call it pillow talk. And when I streamed Vanessa before, originally I called it the VT Chronicles, and I think that was pretty successful. And for VT Chronicles, then I stopped streaming for a while because I'll be very honest. She's like she's a difficult pill to swallow. So you can take so much of her at a time or for a while, and then you have to take a break. And I know earlier in the week we talked about Danny Flores with his the Cheeseman report. Although he's not taking it offline, he's not going to be doing the Cheeseman report anymore. And but he's still going to be on his own personal page on YouTube. But something he said when he did that last video was that a lot of the stuff he was covering just got very repetitive. And I could relate to that because and you guys know what we're talking about if you've watched Vanessa with me or even on your own for a long time. You know that a lot of stuff it's the same old. Sometimes she'll get into something different. Some event happens in real life, perhaps in the news, and she'll go off on that. But for the most part, you can almost say, well, if you've seen one Vanessa video, you've seen them all. But still fascinating. It's bizarre, and I know that old saying that it's like a train wreck, or an accident. You just can't help but you just want to keep watching. And the other part of it is you want to see what she's going to say next. How more bizarre can she get? For those of you who don't know her very, very, very well, I started covering her regularly a couple years ago. Damn, it's been a couple years already. Maybe over a year, or at least over a year, where she was trying to. She's run for different political seats in South Texas, and nationally, she's trying to get in on a national stage. And I'll be honest, I don't think I want to let that happen because there's no way I want her representing me or my state or my county or my fellow county or my area, which is the Rio Grande Valley, in any capacity at all. And why is that? Yeah, there's a lot of reasons for that. She's done. I put this. Well, I mean, she's not stable mentally. I'm just gonna say it. She's not stable mentally. Cheers. I wish it was something a little harder. Not tonight. um, so she's not stable, and she's pushing the victim narrative. You know, there was an event in December of 2020, Christmas Eve, where she claims she was kidnapped or forced against her will to a motel room, and she was assaulted. And she definitely was assaulted because there are photos and video of her going live, which, you know, for a while I thought it crossed my mind. Maybe she did it on purpose. Maybe she hired people to do that. And as it turns out, she probably didn't hire them, but these were people she was with just a few hours before, and they were partying or whatever they were doing. And for some reason, you tell me why, all of a sudden they decided to beat her up. And so the reality is that did happen. Yes, we don't want it to happen to anyone. I don't want her to be physically assaulted ever at all for any reason. So immediately after that event, she went live and admittedly said it was the ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend, a jealousy thing. And she went on with that for a few days. And at some point, she shifted her focus from that to naming a few people, some other people that go live, and blaming them and saying that they conspired to beat her up and there was a contract or, you know, money exchange. She's trying to create this it's organized crime and certain people. She names the same three people. And she's added a few and removed a few here and there. She tried to include me once also, that I was part of this mess. And you know, I really, luckily, with the job that I had, you know, I traveled a lot, so there was a lot of proof, or like they say, receipts, that I was nowhere in the area. I was out of town. But besides that, she's blaming people that had nothing to do with her beating. And that's also something I don't agree with, falsely accusing somebody. And although I may not uh, agree with these other pages and not necessarily agree with, you know, what they do on their shows, and I mean, those are messy on their own, and I don't associate with them. And you know, pages used to be friendly, and then a lot of weird crap happened, a lot of drama. So from that respect, yeah, I'm not a fan. However, I'm more not a fan of, you know, people being falsely accused. And I think it's wrong that she's trying to blame who she's trying to blame. She says she has proof. Never come out with any proof at all. Ever. Ever. There's never been any proof. And she keeps repeating the same thing over and over again. She absolutely, the people who watch her, she keeps gathering new crowds a bunch at a time. I'm starting to think that she probably buys them or pays for them, or I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out. But I think most people tune in because they just want to, they've seen excerpts and clips here and there, and they want to see this person, what? Who is this? And I think it's more of a, like a, what do you call that? A sideshow that people are like to watch. That's the reality. So I don't think it's that people really support her and go Vanessa, although she's got a very small micro group of religious viewers and supporters, and they're always telling her, "You go, girl! You're so brave and you're so strong," and all this crap. And she paints herself as a victim, professional victim. She makes money on, I'm sure from monetizing whatever, which I don't care about that part of it. And if people are going to send her money, I don't care either. That's none of my business. That's people do with their money is their own business, right? And anyway, because of me and other people also don't want to see her representing Texas at all in any capacity. That's why I choose to watch her videos, react to them. I try to contradict whenever possible. So that's the real purpose behind reacting to Vanessa. And got a feeling at some point she's going to plan another political campaign for something. It's going to happen, pretty sure. And there are people that are helping her and have been behind her for other reasons also. So that's my reasons for, and I'm not a hater. I don't hate her. If you disagree with her, you're automatically listed as a hater. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I was going to say, I hope she had a great, wait, has she ever lost her channel? I don't think I don't remember if her page was taken down at all. I know her videos get removed. She likes to play music. She gets blocked after a few minutes all the time, but then she goes live again. She's just a real brief history on her. She's been arrested now, I believe, 12, maybe 13 times. And never takes responsibility. She says the arrests were given to her. So she makes that story up as well. Claims that the police department there in Raymondville and surrounding counties is very corrupt. She's very anti-law enforcement. She really is. And so I think exposure is the best thing. Now, some people say, yeah, but you're giving her more views and stuff like that, She blocks a lot of people. If you go to her page and you contradict her, or if you go to her page late and say, hey, what's going on? What kind of page is this? She will block you. And I know a lot of you are blocked. And So I started streaming her. Somebody else used to stream her also, but they would only stream her and then just leave the video. I added the element of commentary because a lot of her early stuff was political. Um, so I would, listen and give my input, and that became a thing. And that's what. And then so a lot of people have been blocked by her, so they couldn't watch, and there was nowhere to watch her if you were blocked unless you came up with another account. So that's why I started streaming her, because people would watch, through my show. And now there's another page, which I know Ultimate Deception. They try to stream her live whenever she gets on live. I don't have that luxury to do it live every single time she's on. She goes on quite a bit, 3, 4, 5 times a day, sometimes hours at a time. So it's difficult to catch her. For me to stream her live. Plus, I have a life. I have a job, so I can't just sit here every day and stream her when she's live. And a lot of what she does, it's just repetitive, the same old stuff. She loves to argue with people online that, I brought up the point before when the shooting happened in Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas, the school shooting. So many days after, she would say, "This video is about Uvalde. This video is about Uvalde." Day after day, this video is about Uvalde. And it would be a 3-hour long video. And the whole time she'd argue with people in the comments who would put a smiley face or a laughing emoji or whatever. So in a 3-hour video, maybe 2 hours would be wasted time, and maybe an hour or less would be what she actually wanted to talk about. And that got annoying as well. So, eventually I just stopped streaming. I'll take a break, like a week or two, because you have to. You just have to step away from that, and otherwise you start to go. Bam and I would watch, and I know things were going in a weird. They were getting boring because I remember one video, and it's out there somewhere on my page. But we'd be watching, and I caught myself dozing off, and I know Bam's fallen asleep many times because a lot of the stuff is just very repetitive, and it just got boring. And just like this music, I'm not doing that. Hang on a second. And so that's when I decided, just be selective what I show and how much of it I play. Sometimes I'll speed through it. You know that already. So anyway, that was kind of in a nutshell. She likes to be the victim. She likes to say she's surviving and everybody's out to get her and everybody's a hater. And I don't think people hate her. I don't hate her. Bam and I always make the point, well, you have to know somebody to hate them. And I don't know her personally. We have interviewed with her on another podcast. Another page I was before this. There's an interview or two where she agreed politically to be on the program. Turned out to be disasters. And anyway, fast forward throughout her life, more arrests. There was an incident at a restaurant called, I think it's what they called, Stars. She was apparently driving around while intoxicated on something. Her kids were in the back seat, and that's when they removed. Someone in the family took custody of the kids for a while, and then she never got custody back. And she did it for a couple days after that, but then she lost custody. So right now she's got no visitation at all, not even supervised. She's not allowed any contact with those girls. Her two older sons, they're older and There's no issue with them. I don't believe. And the girls are with their father, and from what I hear, they're doing very well. And just a lot of that stuff. She arrest after arrest, and she's got a lot of legal uh, battles, court battles coming up. She's arrested 12 or 13 times, never convicted. They keep delaying court. It keeps getting delayed. We all know this. A lot of you guys who are here that know it's frustrating. There's a court date. Oh, it got delayed. Oh, it got pushed back. And I'm not talking about 2 weeks. It'll get pushed back like for 3 months or for 5 months or 6 months. It's like, God dang it. So something's going on there. So anyway. No, she's had an opportunity to appeal and try to fight for the kids. And she put the petition, and she had to pay there's a fine, not a fine, a fee, a fee. It's like an application fee to go to appeal. It's like $200 or something like that. Was it 200 or was it 120? Something like that. Never paid it. So they said, you never paid it. So guess what? You lost. You lose. So then they gave her another chance. Well, okay. We'll give you 10 days to pay the fee, and then, we'll let you appeal. And she didn't. She still didn't pay. Fast forward a little more. Now she's got a mommy makeover. She had cosmetic surgery. Life is about priorities, right? It's obvious to all of us that she chose not to fight for her girls, although she'll deny that. And if you bring that up and talk to her about it, people who comment on her page have brought that up to her, and she, of course, goes off. Yeah, $203. I think that's right. 205. 205. Thank you. And I think that's if she probably had the money. And I'm almost positive if she would have asked the crowd for help, can you help? I'm doing this to get my girls back. Donations would have come in and she would have had the money. No problem. That's my feeling. Never happened. She decided to, look the other way, or she enjoys being online too much, or she likes her life the way it is. There were issues with her home. What do they call it? A depression house. There were some leaked photos of how it looked before and then after. Questionable whether there's working facilities to use the bathroom. So the conditions were not for a child to be raised there and to be living there, basically. So there's a lot to unpack, and I only scratched the surface just a little bit. I mean, because it can go on for hours and hours of different events. And she's in court for theft, which was caught on video at a bar. She stole sunglasses, expensive sunglasses. They were at the bar, and she walked over to ask the bartender something, and she kind of just covered them like if they were hers, and then they disappeared. She took off with them. Caught on video. Stalking charges, driving while intoxicated. There's a case for welfare fraud against the state of Texas, where she falsified information on her application that would have disqualified her from receiving benefits, but she falsified the information, and she received benefits to the tune of over $75,000. So there's that as well. Hasn't been convicted of anything. This is true. But that's only because she hasn't been in court on trial for those things yet. Everything keeps getting delayed. So, but apparently in the next few weeks, a lot of these cases will be going up in front of a jury and in court. So, I don't necessarily want to see her behind bars. Like I said, I don't hate her or anything like that. But I think, at some point it's going to be time to pay the piper, And I think her skillful attorneys, or whatever her luck she has, or whatever deal with whatever devil she made, is going to eventually run out. And, I don't know how she's been doing it, or the attorneys. Maybe it's her attorneys. Maybe they're that good. I don't know. But anyway, so on and off, I show her videos, and Bam and I react, and Bam's a hoot. There have been some have been just funny as heck. And yeah. So for those of you who are new to the page, you can do search hashtag Vanessa Tijerina or VST, hashtag VST, hashtag VT Chronicles, and you can on Facebook and YouTube, you'll see a lot of those videos. And she's, the way she talks to the people she fights with them, it's just for a while I thought she had a thing going there where she can do her program about her arguing and fighting with people. But then they got ugly, She would start to dox them. She would show their profile, her Facebook profile. She would have her phone and her laptop, and then she'll turn the camera around and show and comment, oh, look at this lady. She thinks she's beautiful. Look at that face, or look at that makeup, or look at her eyes, and criticize people on their appearance. And just got real foolish. And she invites people to go live, but then she doesn't let them talk. And then she'll go blah, 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 and then she'll hang up on them. And the other person is trying to talk to say something. But Vanessa, she'll just talk over you. She doesn't want to let me talk. She invited Bam once, and Bam accepted. I don't think she expected that. And at the time, I think that was the most she ever let anyone talk. That wasn't herself. That was hilarious. She's let some people talk, but she won't, and she doesn't want any other pages like Ultimate Deception or mine, because we tell things how it is. And we debunk a lot of what she said. We know what the real truth was. And she doesn't want people to hear that. That's why she likes to have a brand new, fresh crowd. And if there's any ounce of possibility that she might go and watch my page or somebody else's page, she will just block you. And she'll say, no. You're a hater. You're with the hate pages. And then she'll delete them or block or whatever. And that's what she does. So all these people that watch her, they don't know the whole story. They know what she tells them, but they don't really know what happened. And she doesn't want them to know. And some people see the light, and then they go to my page or No More Cheeseke's Lies or Ultimate Deception, and they start learning more about things that actually happened. And then they're like, oh, so it's not just like this and like this. Yeah. So anyway, I will pop this up here. Good evening, everyone who's joining me. Sorry, I was just blabbing my butt off over here. Um, Random comment here. I won't be against y'all, but and I don't like creative. I don't want to be known. I don't want to be known. I mean, if you don't want to be known, then why comment? uh, yeah, we're just going to talk about. Yeah, she uses the word hate too loosely. There's a lot of words out there lately. In life, in the news, in the media, like racism is one. Transphobic is another one. Like homophobe is another one. Those actually used to mean something, and now they get used too loosely, and they lose their value. And she throws that word hate around like she's giving it away, and it's just overused. So, like I said, I'm going to start the video here in a second. From watching her for a long time and knowing her behavior, we know. Very well put, Maria. Very well put. A lot of us know her behavior, so her demeanor, how she talks on camera, on video, we know something did not go in her favor. And behind the scenes, uh, we're trying to piece together what happened, because she'll never say the truth. We've had people in court, moi included, been in court watching, and it's not always what she said happened. And so anyway, we can tell, we'll talk about this as it goes along here. So I'll get this started. I know it's already late. You guys that are night owls are awesome. I know it's weird to be up at, it's 1:30 in the morning, 2:30 open on the East Coast. So let's get this going, and we'll go as we go. How's that?
The only reason that I even have this do anything on social media is because I had to survive. That really is.
The video clears up in a second.
That's the only reason. And the only reason that I even do well on social media without any advertising, without having to act a fool, without having to do like any props or have a sidekick or like, act like if I'm on, in vaudeville, pull out a bag of tricks.
Those are all shots at me and Bam. A lot of that she's talking about. She's always talking about, I don't need a microphone and I don't need a background or a green screen. Mine is not a show. I'm not a show. And she's real big on that.
Things like that. The fact that I can just be myself, right? Is just because I was lucky enough that the universe made me to be one of those.
It's going to start up again here in a few seconds. Let me fast forward here. There we go.
My video got blocked because I was playing a really good song. I'm going to do it all over again. I don't miss a beat. Because it's me. Because it's me. What you going to do? You can't be pussyfooting like that. You cannot. These are not the kind of highways where you be pussyfooting. You cannot be pussyfooting here. No. No. It amazes me when they try to do that. It's like, what you doing tapping the brakes?
What's up, Abel?
This is not the tapping the brakes part. You still doing it. Stop. You try doing that over there. No, good luck with you doing that over there. Anyway, let me start all over again. That was a really good song. I take chances all the time with good music because, well, it doesn't affect me. I'll just play the video and start all over again. Because I can. Hello. This is Vanessa Tijerina coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. So I was telling y'all that the other day I asked y'all for help. And a lot of y'all came through for me. And I thank y'all. And I ask y'all, if this is one of the first videos you're watching mine, well, welcome. And if you've been following me, welcome back. Right? And if you came over here from a hate page and you hate me just as much as they do, well, and you came to try me, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, she's real big on people coming over from the hate pages. And she says there's so many hate pages. She claims to be the most hated woman in America, if not the world. I think she said the world. I swear she said the world. But definitely in America. And she's real big on that. She needs people to believe that people actually hate her. Remember, she's a victim.
I promise. You will. No matter how badass you think you've been your whole life. I promise. Let me safely get out of this traffic.
Yeah, she's from the Rio Grande Valley.
Thank you.
Grand. Pet peeve of mine. I suppose I could be wrong. I don't believe I'm wrong. But it's Rio Grande Valley. In Spanish, it's Rio Grande. Grande, you say the E. In English, you don't say the E.
Right,
That's a minor little thing.
Yeah, it is. So, thank you, Monica Ahmad. I say it that way. I know that it sounds like if I'm not saying it the right way, some of the people that don't know that that's how you say it, they're going to think that I'm saying it wrong. But somebody had corrected me a long time ago. So I had somebody for biochemistry, and they're like, you say it, Ahmad. And because I was like, Ahmad? They were like, no, Ahmad. I was like, are you sure? They're like, that's my name. That's my family name. Yes, it's Ahmad. Like, okay, Ahmad. Yes, I'm okay, but I'm gonna talk about something, right? Because I'm contemplating on whether I should bring that negativity over here. But I think, since it's part of my story. It's part of my story. It's part of my survival, right?
Her survival. She's real big on that too.
The only reason that I am who I am is because, I had to, you know, had to, if it wasn't for social media,
Had to what?
God knows what they would have done to me.
They wouldn't have done anything. Because nobody would have been there to know who the heck you are. Even right now, people don't really know who you are. We always joke about she never comes out of that car. Is she in? She's a LVN. Okay. She might have a few clients, or maybe if she does a few days of work. All right, whatever. But she never leaves that car. And I think she's pissed off so many people that I don't think she could walk up the streets, on her own. I really don't.
For real. For real. God knows they would have done to me. God knows what liberties they would have taken from me. God knows.
Oh my God. She she likes to push that narrative too. God knows what they would have done to me if you guys would not be watching my life on social media. And my argument was a lot of people complain, they message me and they complain, why do you stream her and why are you interested? Yeah, then I've always said the same thing. For those of you who have heard this already before, sorry, I don't mean to be so repetitive. But for those who haven't heard it, my argument is always the same. She went live so much every day with her entire life, talking about her life and showing her life and everything. It's like you almost force people to be interested in your life. And so now everyone feels vested and like, yeah, they want to know what kind of an outcome, what's going to happen with all your court cases. And, you've been arrested so many times. Why? And people want answers. We know we'll never get them. She's got an open invitation to come here, although she'll never do it because she can't control the narrative. But I agreed to not have any comments and no, a serious discussion. But she won't. She won't, because she can't. She can't tell her lie.
How they would have, just God knows. Only God knows, right? Mm-hmm. But I knew what made me unique, and I knew what I've always known. Like, I've always known. I've always known that about myself. I've always known that if I wanted to be somebody that showcases something, that I could do that. I've always known that if I wanted to be, anything that I've ever wanted to be, I knew that I could. Anything. As long as I had the means to do it, I can do anything. Literally anything at all. As long as I had the means. I know that about myself.
And she probably could have. She can talk a mile a minute. She's done an 8-hour show. And most of the time she's just talking to herself, or she'll argue with the comments, or a lot of us believe sometimes there are no comments and she'll just make up comments just to argue with herself, just to argue with somebody. And I know some people don't believe this. But I think had her mind not been corrupt with, maybe drugs or whatever, her poison of choices, could she have had a legitimate shot at politics? Yeah, possibly. She can talk. She talks like a politician. It's one of those, Yeah, I see your lips moving, but I don't hear anything coming out of it. It gets to that point, like a lot of politicians that we see. I think she could have done. So she could have been something. It's not like a Rocky movie. You could have been something, but she chose what she chose, and I don't know.
And you all know that there's not an there's not an iota of me right now at all. As you see me right now, there's not one tiny iota of me right now that is in the slightest bit without the confidence of saying that. 100% of me means that. Mhm. Yeah. So I don't think they had ever, the people that did this to me, I don't think that they had ever thought that even a human like that ever existed. Right? So not only did they not realize who they were doing that kind of thing to, I don't think that they thought, okay, well, she's gonna break.
Her
No,
girls,
she's not gonna break.
her daughters are with their father, her ex-husband,
Not only is she not gonna break, she's gonna transmute, which is some shit you're gonna have to go and look up because you
and
don't know that either.
and this is what she used to do. She would be live like this all day long with her girls in the back seat, and she would. There's a video where she's picking a fight with somebody at the gas station who was just loading up their truck, and they just glance at her, and she starts yelling at them like if they were trying to start something, like if she was being victimized, and she's cursing in front of her little girls and talking nasty language and stuff, and she even started programming her girls to behave a certain way and start to take that victim mentality. That pissed me off too.
Oh yeah, she's way smarter than you. Yeah, she's much more creative than you.
Yeah, she thinks she's smarter than everybody on the planet and more creative than anyone on the planet. And she thinks she's the shit. She really does. I mean, hey, God bless for somebody who's got the self confidence like that. But in this case, you know, something's wrong. You know, lights on, but nobody's home. You know what I mean? Yeah.
She's much more interesting than you. And when I say you, I mean every single human that will oppose her. Every single human. Every single human that is, the regular person off the street, the regular sweet mom from the public, the sweet grandma from the public, sweet lady from the public, the sweet grandpa from the public, the good old dad from the public, and I'm being sarcastic, right? I'm naming the people that have come at me with hate, and I'm being condescending about it because it is these very people that have harmed me, right? And then of course I name those first because the ones that really matter are the ones that came at me knowing that there was an imbalance of power because they cowardly did it knowing that I was just a regular citizen and they wielded their power against me.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm completely lost. It's not the first time. Some of you new viewers might not know that she's always said she was in law school. She said she signed up for law school, right? And then the police found out she was going to law school. So for that reason, they gave her first arrest. They just arrested her for no reason, just because she was in law school. That's why they arrested her. That's her claim. Of course, that's nonsense. And There was probably some real reason behind it. I don't know what it is, but she claims all her arrests were just given to her for through no fault of her own.
And guess what? I'm still more creative.
Yeah.
And I'm still smarter. And I'm still stronger. And I'm still more resilient than any of the power that you hold in those seats and with those credentials.
She thinks all the police or politicians are corrupt.
And I've proven it. And I'll continue to prove it. That's why none of them have any kind of reach at all. So it really bothers them. It's bothered them so much that indeed they try to bury me.
Yeah, that's another thing of hers. She believes her mere presence online bothers everyone, including myself. She's they're triggered because I'm online. They're triggered because I'm live talking. And it's funny because she says that we get angry every time we hear her talk. She's uh yeah.
And indeed, they did not understand what happens when you try to bury a seed.
Bury a seed, yeah.
How foolish. Right?
And sorry. She had this surgery, what did March or something like that? The mommy makeover. And those of us who've been watching her for a long time, something happened. Something happened. Her persona changed a little bit. And by change, I mean it got a lot more bizarre. She starts coming up with all these other voices and accents and stuff, and it's been really weird.
Well, it amounted to some very serious things, and it amounted to something that a lot of you know about already. And it amounted to my being taken hostage. But before I reiterate that, which I'm going to,
I'm sure.
much to the chagrin of a lot of the haters that are watching right now, that don't like it when I repeat it, right? But you know what? That's my story of survival.
And she's so smug. That's my story of survival. Yeah. And all these people, all these new people she's got, they don't know a freaking thing about what really happened that night and the hours leading up to that night. They have no clue. All they know is what she tells them. She was kidnapped and she was beat up to within an inch of her life.
I know. You get like your shitty little 2,000 views. Yeah. That's you. That's not my fault. Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you work with hate, and when you sound like that, and when you look like that. Mm-hmm. And when you're not that interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm just glad that I was able to figure out. Well, I've always known, to be honest, that without even putting any effort, I was able to at least grow this platform so far to closer than 100,000 and farther away.
She's real big on, how many followers she has. She thinks that they're all supporters. But we know the reality, and the reality is that people like to see a messed up show, an accident, a train wreck, a truck accident, a train derailment, whatever. That's the reality.
Yeah, with no hate. A 100% organic following.
Yeah.
And I've never had this page shut down. Not one time. Try as they might. It's never happened. Mm-mm.
And that is actually lately more than early on is amazing, because for somebody who spews so much racism, and she's freaking racist. She don't like white people. She don't like white people. She don't. And how she gets away with not getting restricted or whatever. But other people do, but not her. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? And I know a lot of you have watched for years. Why doesn't she get restricted at all when she's the one spewing so much? She's the one spewing all the hate and the racism. Hmm. Hmm.
And so along the way, as you can imagine, 61,000, yes, and growing. So as you can imagine, um, there's been a lot of vicious haters that have sprung up, right? And you all know, especially if you all that keep up with them here recently, right? And there's some that are really, really bad, right? Mhm. Yeah, Shelly Outlaw says butterflies can't see their wings. They can't see how truly beautiful they are, but everyone else can see. People are like that as well, and you are one such person. Well, thank you, Shelly. But
Ah!
modestly, I tell you, and I can admit it, I'm not even in my butterfly stage yet. I'm not even in my cocoon stage yet, and I know that. I know that. I'm s- I'm s- I'm still in my caterpillar stage. Hmm. Yeah, they haven't seen nothing yet. Nothing at all. This is literally nothing.
You're literally
Nothing.
nothing. That's exactly right.
It's funny because they think that as much as they hate it, they think that they have seen Vanessa at her most amazing. Mm-mm. Not even close. Not even close. Mm-mm.
It's kind of creepy, actually, to be
No.
honest with you. It's kind of creepy.
Mm-mm. No. I'm actually far from it. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And I'll be there. And when I get there, it's going to be just everything that you imagined and more. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's what self-actualization is about. Yeah, I didn't set my sights on that when I was, a wee little 6-year old for nothing. No, that's that's 40 years in the making. Damn skippy that's going to be as incredible as it should be, right? Hmm. Thank you, Victoria Reyes. Thank you, Miss V. Sue, Linda Serna, Chris Ambris, Miss Karen Scott. How are you? Beautiful. Right back at you. And so,
I wish I could watch like this. So it looks like I'm looking at her,
I'm
but
going to put the local police have been always an issue. That's how everything started, you know? They should have never involved themselves,
they should
but
have
they did.
never involved themselves.
They should have just stayed out of it, but they didn't.
Because she's the one that keeps. She said she would. She claims that she would call the police every night, every single night, and she would ask for extra patrol around her house because she was afraid that people were dying to dying to break into her house and do something to her. So she would call for extra patrol. And is it possible that they went around? Maybe once, maybe. But she says every night she'd call every night and do it because that's how much people hate her.
What they should have done is they should have told their bully friends.
And then, sorry, and then they come out to help because they call. She calls, and then she treats them like an asshole. She's real rude to them and very condescending, and she's the way she gets. If you haven't seen her, I have to dig some of that up.
No, we're not going to arrest her. We're not going to do it. Right? We're not going to do it. Mm-mm. Right? Because if they wouldn't have done that, then with that first arrest, then the Raymondville Police Department officer would not have had to go the next day after my first arrest. And while I was, for the first time in my life, having stayed in jail overnight in the female holding, um, heard the Sallyport doors roll open at 6 in the morning, right? Because I hear everything the way a dog hears, and then wondering all night long how they could get away with doing this to me, and then wondering how my babies are and how my then 9-month-old was, right? Because it was the first time that she hadn't been with her mom. And then to hear the conversation. Mm-hmm. Do you know how that made me feel?
Tell us.
I had already been in there all night long, knowing that I had no reason to be in there. I already knew. Do you know how it made me feel to hear the conversation between that municipal officer and that jailer? I'll never forget those words. Ever. I will never forget that conversation.
So she does this thing when she's making crap up. She has this look on her face, and we can tell she's just bullshitting because she's a bullshit artist. And enough people have watched her over the years that we know her tell already. You know, that poker, when you can tell when somebody's not telling the truth about what they're holding. This is all crap.
The municipal officer telling the deputy, the jailer, you need to release Tijerina. The nosy ass jailer. Why? Because it doesn't happen that way. Because you never just release somebody that's arrested. They have to be arraigned. And he says, no, you have to release her. And the nosy ass jailer, the nosy ass Willacy County jailer, why? And the municipal officer, it's because she was the victim from the very beginning.
I'm sure he said
of
that.
The very people that made these false allegations against her.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he said. I'm sure that's yeah.
Mm-hmm. The friends, the very friends of the police, the very friends of the detective, the investigator, and the municipal court judge that put my arrest together. One that's not a judge anymore, and one that's not an investigator anymore. What a surprise, right?
See, that's
one.
That's her whole thing. The police who put her arrest together, because she didn't do anything wrong to get arrested. They just grabbed her off the street and put her in jail for no reason, just because she's a woman, probably.
Surprise, right? One whose uncle is the first DPS trooper to be fired for being one of the 19 officers in the hallway that didn't do a damn thing to save those elementary school children in rooms 112 and 111 as that shooter did whatever it is he wanted to those innocent people. Mm-hmm. But that's just a coincidence, right? It's not the culture of corruption in Raymondville, right? Right?
This is so freaking creepy when she's like this. She's talking to the camera. Right? And she looks and like, right? And her voice gets all soft.
Raymondville's not a breeding ground for corruption, right? We shouldn't be looked at, right? We don't create corruption that has the potential to go and cause other disastrous situations, right?
You know she's lying every time. If she says right afterwards, that everything she said before the right is a lie.
Totally unrelated, right? Right? Nobody says anything about that, huh? And when I say Direct relative, I mean a direct relative, not a second so and so or a once removed so and so. No, no. As direct a relative as a first degree of consanguine, consanguinity, consanguinic, consanguine.
What is that word? What is that word?
And I don't think that anything is coincidental either.
Oh, Vanessa, don't use big words that you don't even know how to pronounce. All right, just come on.
I don't think that the universe created that situation. I don't think that the divine planning made all of that to be just by mere coincidence. That when I speak what I spoke right now, that it be the 100% absolute damning truth.
Damning. Yeah.
That the officer who put my first arrest together was so closely related
Uh-huh.
to the first DPS trooper that for 77 minutes heard the screams, the yells, and just stood there. A trooper. Doing nothing. Nothing. Decades of training for that very moment and didn't do a damn thing. Right? That it has nothing to do, right, with the culture of corruption in Raymondville, Texas. Right? Right?
Not just Raymondville,
There's no connection there, right?
the county.
There's no connection with the same law enforcement agency giving rise to the same law enforcement family.
See, she's just making shit up. She doesn't know where she's going with it. That's why she kind of takes a pause and she just it's just diarrhea of the mouth. Yes, that's all it is. It's just a bunch of nonsense. And that's why it gets frustrating sometimes to for some time. Sometimes an hour is enough. Sometimes I can make it 2 hours, and it's like, all right, that's enough for the night. It's because this stuff is freaking silly.
So closely related.
And she's okay. So she's beating a dead horse. She keeps repeating the same old thing. Closely related, and she keeps repeating all this little thing she's doing right now. It's because something legally is happening not in her favor. So she needs to again revisit this and create some kind of a narrative that she's hoping an attorney, a judge, this will get back to them and they'll go, oh, those are related? Really? There's an issue there? Okay. Not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
That one of them is that DPS trooper, and one of them is that officer that did that to Vanessa the hitting her. There's no coincidence. There's no correlation, right? It can't possibly be. It has to be coincidence, right? It can't possibly be that that's how bad things are. That can't be a possibility, huh?
Hmm.
Tammy Abercrombie says, I don't think I could stand by like that. That is wild. I'm glad you said that.
All this is just theater. All this dramatic. I'm glad you said that. It's all freaking theater. She must have gone to the Amber Turd School of Acting or something. It's just you can see right through this. And those who believe her and they all of her virtuous looks at the camera, staring at the camera. Right? They did that to me. Can you believe it? Believe it. And oh,
Now, do you understand why I couldn't? You see, most people, and that's what they counted on. Most people, you see, by the time they did it to me, they had done it to so many before me.
she has said
But
that.
so many before me
She was trained in
were
theater. She
nothing
did.
like me.
Oh God, do you believe she just said that? Listen.
Like me.
I think I'm the one who missed it again.
You see, by the time they did it to me, they had done it to so many before me. But so many before me were nothing like me.
Oh, God.
So many before me gave in to them.
Mm. So she's better than everybody. She's the only one who's ever decided to say something and speak out against the police department giving her her first arrest. Because there was no one like me before. None of them were like me. Right?
They had no idea what happens when you do that to a neurodivergent. They hadn't dealt with the divergent. They hadn't dealt with a divergent. Mm-mm. No, they had no idea. We don't take kindly to that. Not at all.
Yeah, Michelle, I think I saw part of that. She was cursing up a storm. I thought this was a video.
So, can imagine then when you have people from my community that haven't gotten to the point and will never get to the point that they understand the wickedness of it. And not only will they never understand the wickedness of it, it stokes the fires of hate within them. Mm-hmm.
So dramatic. The fires of hate.
It actually emboldens them,
Mm.
the hate within them. One such female is very well known in my town for her hate against me.
Y'all know who she's talking about, right?
She's an aging hater. She's violent.
And that person she's talking about, I don't think she hates Vanessa. She doesn't like her. But you can say that about most of Raymondville. They don't like Vanessa. Because she's a loudmouth and a liar. You know, and I don't know. I think, yeah. OM, who referred to her as OM, lives across the street. Like literally across the street on the opposite side behind that first block. And actually, I think other people actually hate her, but I don't think Ophelia hates her. I know she doesn't like her. I mean, I don't like her. I don't like Vanessa either, but I don't hate her. You know, that's what she's talking about. Ofelia Moreno, Peacocks United. If you know, you know. Ask around. Oops.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one has just made an entrance right now. Let me. Well, I think we can just take one look at because I'm looking at the little thumbnail right now, so I think we can see why she doesn't like me, right? Mm-hmm. The punctuation. I mean, right? We know why she watches me.
Oh, I got to hear this.
Yeah. This right here, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, these people always try to, tell me stop this and that. Who's gonna take your commands? I mean, have you seen a mirror? There's not a facial feature on you. There's nothing on your face that even demonstrates authority. Nothing.
Who said she was an authority?
Not a glimmer in your eye. Not a jawline. Nothing. Not a feature on your face. Certainly, if you spoke, my money's willing to bet that not even your voice would carry authority. But certainly not even a feature. Because everything that I saw right there was it just spoke nothing but weakness.
Everything with this one has to do with a physical appearance all of a sudden. For someone who always said she didn't like people who criticize people's personal appearance. Boy, she's been doing a lot of that lately.
And that was just the face. I mean. Did you smell it, Suan? What? Did I bring it? Ain't nobody can tell me nothing.
Ain't
Ain't nobody can tell me
nobody.
nothing.
Ain't nobody can tell me nothing.
Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody could tell me nothing before.
Ain't nobody can tell
Who
me
am I
nothing.
kidding? But ain't nobody can tell me nothing. Mm-mm. 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 So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So it's always those, it's not gonna happen. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Nobody that starts their nobody that starts their comments towards me with girl. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Here comes that twang.
Mm-mm. No. No. Mm-mm. Nobody with a lack of punctuation. Mm-mm. No.
Punctuation. Yeah, yeah, right, right. Okay.
And nobody with those kind of mm, non-dominant features. No.
Non-dominant
Mm-mm.
features.
No. No. And the old lady is even worse than you. Even worse. Even worse. Even worse. Even worse, because if you even go through that phase through the years, mm-mm. No, because there's no definition. Not there's nothing authoritative about that jawline, nor the nose. Mm-mm. And that voice, my goodness, no. Mm-mm. No. No. Mm-mm. No, that is not a strong voice. No.
Hey, Wendy.
No. So no, neither you nor her.
You guys remember that video I posted, the old Saturday Night Live commercial for that spray? Ass doesn't smell. I wonder if she uses that. I wonder if that's what that was in that little bottle.
Watch. Let me show everybody. We know what's going to happen here. You don't even let us bring you live. You see? You are like all of the rest of them. You don't carry any weight. No, you're not a boss.
Yeah, go back and look at it.
Boss,
I posted
boss
last week.
moves are not these moves.
I think I said one of the best SNL commercials ever.
Boss moves do not participate in things like this. Boss moves do not entail doing bitch ass moves like this. Boss moves do not entail talking weak ass shit like this. Mm-mm.
Keep trying to act.
Boss moves are not demonstrative of the bullshit that you brought to my page. What you have demonstrated here is the antithesis of what boss moves are.
Like you would know. Like you would know.
It don't matter. You can have all the time in the world. You're still not going to demonstrate boss moves. You see, a boss would come out live. You can't even do that. What kind of boss I what kind of boss what kind of boss is gonna take off the ability for them to come out live?
So those that have tried to be a boss and go live with you, you don't let them talk. She doesn't let them talk. She talks over them. So what's the point? What is the big deal to invite somebody live? What does it matter? You don't let them talk anyway. You're a coward. You don't want to listen to them. You're a coward. That's what you are.
Mm? Mm? No, ma'am. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I promise you. Any man that is attracted to me, I'm sorry. No, they would not be attracted to you, ma'am. Mm-mm-mm. No. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And if he would be attracted to you, you could have him. You you could have the whole man, all of him, all of him. You could have him. I will dress him up for you in the for real. You could have him and his best clothes. I promise.
There's that ghetto
hmm
slang.
I will be happy that you took him off my hands. I promise. For real. For real. For you to say, and if you had a man, I cannot believe the confidence you have. Well, and if you had a man, look in the way that you look. And if you had a man, you best believe he'd be looking at you like, mm. I'm sure he would be looking at you as if you were a spectacle. But like if he would be looking at you as if you were tantalizing, you could have him. You could have him. Mm-hmm. Yes. You could have the whole man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I promise. Bye. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I can guarantee you that any man that is attracted to me, no, ma'am, he wouldn't. No. It is.
She's got nothing to talk about. She's overdoing it with the nope, 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 no, never, no, nope, nope, overdoing it with that for what? Because there's nothing there. She's arguing with herself.
Not the same. Mm-mm. No. No. Mm-mm. I know. Mm-mm. Ni lo mande Dios. Ni lo mande Dios. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. With a big red bow. Mm-hmm. Man, I'd put some hoochie daddy. Anyway, how would you want him? I'd be like, how would you want him? What's her name again? Cause I'm gonna shit. Her name wasn't even worth remembering. But what's her name again? Tina. I'd be like, Tina, how would you want him with like some hoochie daddy shorts with like with like the 3-inch seams with them thighs all out and everything? How would you want him? Like for real, tell me how you'd want him. I'd make sure that them thighs were out, like however you want him. I would make sure you had him for real, because you could have that man. I promise you. That's how confident I am that no man that would be attracted to me would even look at you. Mm-mm.
This is creepy as fuck. Sorry. This is fucking creepy. I swear she's arguing with herself. Really.
Mm-mm. So, that kind of hate right there, a lot of people would think, oh, it's real funny, it's cute, right? Look at how much they hate her. They're just jealous, right? Right. And we don't care, Miss Tina. We don't care. We don't care. She says, and by the way, I've been with my man for 18 years and probably haven't had, and you probably haven't had a man in that long.
She hasn't.
I'll get somebody that doesn't know how to do math. And you know what? I'm not surprised. I really, with the punctuation that I see coming out of that human, I am not surprised. With the moves that she has made towards me, without the lack of, with the absence of the part of her that's like, don't do this shit. Like, why the fuck are you doing this shit? Like, Tina, you best not be doing this shit, Tina. Cause you don't got the face, the head to be doing this shit. You really don't look like you should be doing this shit and saying the shit you're saying. Real. No, ma'am. Real. But you still be doing it. Right? But so by virtue of you looking that way, right? And you saying it still, that lets me know that you're lacking them scruples. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I don't want to know about your man. I mean, I can just imagine. Um, you know, I'm sure he's a decent man. And I'm pretty sure that he don't look at no other women. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he only has eyes just for you. And I'm sure if I walked past by both of you, that he wouldn't even look at me, right? Huh? At all. Right?
Okay, move on from this
He
already.
would not look at me.
Cheese skis. Move on. Move on.
Right? Right? You tell yourself that. Mm-hmm. Your man at 18 years, he was most certainly not looking at me. Mm-mm. This grotesqueness. No shit. He ain't gonna look at none of this bumpity bump.
Thanks, legend.
Nope.
Still got some
Bye.
lingering things, but I feel much better. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, back to the hate.
Yes.
So, let's go ahead and let's just forget about her for now, right? So, because we're not gonna be thinking about her right now in a couple of hours, anyways.
Back to the hate.
Let's be honest. Miss Greer here is she's pretty forgettable.
See, she can't get past.
We know that, and she knows that. She knows that, right?
Le Blue, what's up? Hey, Le Blue.
I know. You know what? It's true. If she got a man for 18 years and she's talking about other men, girl, why are you there? How much respect do you have for your man of 18 years if you're saying that if I had a man, he'd be looking at your ass? So, 'cause I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. Between me, you, and your husband, between me, you, and your man of 18 years, there's only one of us that's single. Only one of us. Ma'am. And so, what kind of respect do you have for your man if you're legit there saying that if I had a man, he'd be looking at your ass? What respect do you have for your come on now?
And this from
I
a
don't even
person
blame you.
who says she never gets triggered by anybody. She never has any issues. She doesn't dwell on anything. She just, and look how long she's staying with the same comment with this lady. She can't help herself. This is what she lives for.
Years, if he goes and he has a wandering eye, I mean, looking at you, I don't blame him, but still, based on your actions here. On top of that, Anyway, so I'm gonna go on. Oh, and the fact that you came over here,
Ugh.
using that hateful older woman as clout. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. She hates me for the same very reasons that you hate me. Because y'all look like that and I look like this.
Right.
And it's that simple.
Right.
It's that simple.
Right.
We'll talk about the California hurricane another time. I know that Miss Tina Greer came over here, kind of made this into a mockery. But you know what? That was the purpose. This was a serious video. But simply because Miss Greer came over here to make it a mockery doesn't mean that we can just, throw in, all kind of a motley crew of all kind of other subjects.
She said this was a serious video.
Because that was her point, was to derail the whole thing. And I would think that my followers would
Would what?
Be wise enough to not fall for it. Right. Because I was talking about something that was really serious. I mean, it was so serious that some people that were silent supported. You see, she came over here because I said something that really, really was like jaw dropping. And she came over here to be like, what? No, I'm going to disrupt this very like jaw dropping moment.
What was she saying that was jaw dropping? Is she talking about when she was kidnapped and beat up and all that? Is that what she's saying? There's a jaw dropping moment? Or was there something else? I already lost track. She's been all over the place.
And say some BS. And simply because somebody like that comes over here like that, you see, that's why I try to raise the vibration of my page so that when that happens, we don't just take the opportunity to just, allow that to keep happening, and just be like, well, since the whole live went to shit, let's just talk about any willy-nilly thing. No, we're gonna go right back to what we were talking about.
But doesn't she realize that's what she's doing? Remember I told you she says she has something important to talk about and then she gets derailed by a comment? You just witnessed that, exactly what I was telling you. And she just acknowledged it without even acknowledging it, like, because she's an idiot. She just said it. She just said something that she does while telling somebody that she doesn't do that. And she can't help herself. She's looking for that comment. She's looking for the back and forth. That's why she keeps reading. She's looking for it because that's all. That's what she lives for. That's all. That's all she is.
Okay. No, I'm having an okay day, but I want to talk about something really seriously. Okay. Nobody wants your cucumber, Emil Zima. Nobody loves your cucumber. Nobody wants your cucumber. You want to go live? I've never asked a man that does that to go live. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm going to start asking those men to go live. What we were talking about is my very first arrest. And why I think that's very important also is the fact that from my very first arrest, yeah. Stop. Let's stop.
She can stop it. She can just ignore it and say what you want to say. I didn't know that the earth shattering moment was the jaw dropping moment was when the police gave her first arrest. Really? That's jaw dropping? All that, I mean, it's a lie in the first place, but okay. Keep telling your story.
Let's stop going after the ones that I go after. Let's stop. Okay? Let me do that. Because I'm the strongest one that can do that.
She's the strongest one and the only one that can do that.
Let me do that. Once I do that, just let me do that. If you don't see me doing that, that means we don't do that. Mm-hmm.
See, and all this silence is just her. She's waiting for a comment to pop up to keep going with this, to keep going with that. And then she wants to make it look like she's annoyed. But she wants that back and forth.
So the other day, some lady got on the page of that hateful woman. And that hateful woman, was the very first one that when I was taken hostage and beaten, she was the very first one that was so angry that I was getting empathy. Even
so she's talking about Ophelia. She's saying Ophelia was angry because people were feeling sorry for her. You got to hear this.
From people that were hating me from the public, they were like, damn, I don't like her. She's annoying to me, but nobody deserves that. Right? She didn't like it. She was like, no, she was selling her body. No, she was doing this and she was doing that. As if any excuse was a legitimate excuse to torture a human being. And here she did, just a few days ago, she did it again. And when that was brought to my attention, I asked you all to please, and that's why I'm telling y'all thank you, because you came through for me. And she does what she always does, and she's like, and she tries to sound very sophisticated and very, and she's not sophisticated, and she's not what she portrays for herself to be.
And what about you? Everything you're saying about her, you can say right to yourself. Look in the mirror and say that. And then you can say it with a straight face. Yeah.
And she has a following, and her following are hateful people that have along the way haven't liked me, and so they go over there because she gives them a platform to hate on me, right? But even if she had 1 million people that hated on me, that doesn't make her any less challenged than she is now.
I think she's trying to insult her, but man, that didn't come out too well.
So the reason that I wanted that link, thank you for the link, and the reason that I wanted that clip, because I wanted to see it for myself, is that she's still promoting that, but the way that she said it, and I wanted to see the nuance. I wanted to see the detail, the way that the nuances are.
This is where she explains what the word nuance is, because nobody else knows that but her.
Are tiny little details and mannerisms that are unique, and they give away truths that some people might not pick up on.
Oh, okay. So you mean those same nuances that I've been telling everybody about? Those are the kind of things you're talking about. So you have nuances as well. Those little nuances when we can tell that you're bullshitting. We know those nuances very well.
They give away more sometimes than even words do.
Yes, again. What is like the fourth or fifth time she's talking? She's talking about herself.
And she gave away a lot. And what really made her angry was the fact that somebody went to her page and said, I don't like what they did to her was wrong. And this woman had the nerve to say, and she positions herself in the position that she always puts herself in. I'm not even kidding. She always puts herself in a certain, and I'm not going to laugh when I do this, because this isn't a laughing matter. She literally positions herself in this position, like this. To the side. Because in her mind, it makes her seem more intellectual. I'm not joking. I'm being serious.
Every time I've watched in the past, when I've watched Ophelia, she's always straight on. She sits right at the camera. So I don't know what she's talking. This one, she don't know. Bless her heart. She just.
I'm gonna post that right now.
You do that.
I'm not joking. I'm being serious.
Ooh, you're gonna post her video. I'm sure she's scared.
And she says, and she's trying her darndest. And she says things like, Well, let me tell you the truth that you don't know. Well, I'll have you know. As if she's some authority. As if anything that came out of that mouth could justify any human being beaten for 3 hours on their face. What is most important is the fact that she stated they weren't going to kill her. How do you know that if you weren't part of it?
So she's talking about Ophelia. She's one of the people that she claims conspired to make that beating happen. That's, I guess you can say that's person number one, pretty much, or one of them. One of them.
They weren't going to kill her. They were just going to beat her. How do you know that if you weren't part of it? The fact that the same police department that put my first arrest together and all the other ones.
I can't I can't roll my eyes hard enough. Then I get a headache. I'm like,
does not see that the way that any other police department in America would see her in that video and understand this needs to be investigated further is amazing to me.
there's nothing there. There's nothing there of substance for what she's claiming. And she's said she has proof, and she's never come out with that proof. So, in other words, what you say means nothing. So, it's like, excuse my French. It's like, shut the fuck up about it already. Unless you're gonna come out with some proof. And I said it before. Come out with the proof. Show me you got proof that so and so and so and so and so and so conspired and paid money and made it happen. Show me that proof, and I'll guess what? I'll start defending Vanessa. I will. Show me the proof. And I'll stand right next to her saying, yeah, these people suck and they did this, and there's a proof. But it's never come out. Even not me bringing it up before, it's never come out. There's no investigation anymore. It's a dead. There's nothing.
It's amazing to me. The fact that she lied and stated, because to me as a victim, that's tormenting to me.
Of course it is.
You can laugh all you want, whoever you are, but you're not going to say anything here. You're not going to say anything at all. I'm speaking here as a victim.
Of course you are.
You're not going to say anything because that's how weak you are. The fact that that she had the nerve to say,
Toe meaty. I like that. Toe meaty V. Good one.
do you know what she was doing in the 72 hours prior to that? With them? Nothing. I wasn't doing anything.
You liar. Nothing. There's a picture of you with those girls. There's a photo of you with them just hours before.
At all. In the 72 hours prior to that. With any of those people. You know what I was doing? I was reading the life of Jesus Christ. And my live videos are there to prove it.
Uh-huh.
The fact that she lied and said, she straight up lied and said, and we have receipts. She was telling all this to try to convince the woman that said it's wrong what was done to her. It was wrong what was done to her. Like, in other words, lady, whatever you're saying, it doesn't matter. It doesn't justify the torture that she endured. It was wrong. She still was like, no, I am going to still try to convince you, even if I have to lie. And to me, that falls under the very definition of the harassment law, that other people have been arrested for violating her with. And here she is violating me with. Those statements that she made in that video were meant to torment me as a victim. Those statements were not true. There are no receipts, none at all. Those statements were made to perpetuate lies.
What about the video that you did where you said this was just a jealous new girlfriend of your ex-boyfriend? She said that on a live. She said that. She never mentioned Ophelia, John, what's the other guy? Frank. She didn't mention anybody. She said it was the jealous new girlfriend. She said that herself. No more Cheeseke's lies. Just put up that post last week.
In hopes of getting people to say, you know what, then she did, then you know what? You're right then. If what you're saying is true, then you're right. She did deserve it. I'm not even kidding. That's exactly what she was trying to do. There's no receipts because it's untrue. It's untrue what she was trying to convince them of. And because she was trying to do that, she tormented me. And in the same way, that police department has arrested other people under that same statute of harassment. Are they going to do?
There you go. And there she is at the end right here. Oh, what's the date? Can you see the date? December 23rd. December 23rd. Is that within 72 hours? Yeah. Wow. And yes, those were some of the people that were arrested. So I have changed my tune. Before I used to say that Vanessa planned it out and this was all set up. That she did it to herself. Oh yeah, well no. This is the true story right there. And that's the date. I should have left it like this. That's the date. Explain that one. Explain that one. She won't talk about that.
Do the same to her now that she's done that to me. Because the person that is in charge of taking all of her complaints is the crime victims investigator. He's an advocate for crime victims. Investigator Garcia. That woman is doing this to an established crime victim. So what is Investigator Garcia going to do now that that woman is doing this to somebody who's already been established as the victim of a crime? And when he knows and he looks into the case, he's going to know that that woman is 100% lying and is absolutely violating that harassment law by making these statements with the mere purpose of tormenting me.
Uh-huh. So the other photo, it's at the top. It shows you who's tagged there. Those are the people. There's Vanessa's name. She's there. Come on.
AKA harassing me. So is there going to be a double standard? Because this, what I'm saying, this is not meant to harass anybody. What I'm going to be sharing is what somebody posted on a public page. How somebody lied about me. There are no receipts. What I'm sharing is how somebody tormented me. What I'm sharing is how somebody who has done this to me for years is continuing to do it because she feels protected by the same department that failed to protect me and that previously to that had positioned themselves as enemies against me.
This is from today, yes.
When I was a legitimate complainant. The same department that gave rise to the officer that started all this against my life. The same department that gave rise to the DPS trooper that was arrested for not saving those children and those teachers in room 112 and 111. And
there she goes. That same crap. So she's right. What did she say? That there were no receipts? There's your receipt. There's one of them right there. There's your receipt. The date and everything. The people, the date, the tags. It's right there. Is that clear enough? Crystal clear? Yeah.
Was to hear them for 77 minutes beg and plead and die in Robb Elementary School.
Hey, Deborah. Good morning.
It wasn't true, though.
Me vale
it's
madre.
Not true. And I would really appreciate that we just understand that it wasn't true. But yes, I don't even want to repeat that. But I understand what you're saying, Thelma. Even if it was true, whatever she was saying, nothing justifies it. But yeah, but that still allows a window of some people, because there are still ignorant people that will still be convinced, and that's what she's hoping to recruit, is that little sliver of people that are so ignorant that they'll be like,
I've said this before.
I'll hate with you.
This is
because if that's true, I'll hate with you.
100% right here. Right here. Read it and weep.
Yeah. And that's all I have to say. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you. Bye.
Is there more? Was there a little more, or is that it? I think that was it. All righty. Well, there you go. I don't know. She claimed to be was going to tell the story again from the beginning. I don't know if that's just one part of it. Is there going to be another part tomorrow? She did this once before. She went through her entire life story, like the 70s, or she wasn't born then, 80s, the 90s, and in 2000 she explained everything. I've got that. That's I gotta add the right hashtags to that. But she did that. That was a couple or 3 hour video that happened last year, maybe almost 2 years ago. And so yeah, so that's that. Us is what she doesn't want her people that are watching her to know and to hear. Because then they're all going to go, well, you're not a victim. What? She can't have that. She can't have that. So there you go. Alien encounter. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I think now I can change his music for right now. Hang on. Here, for your listening enjoyment. Okay, hold on a second. You guys want to watch a little bit more, maybe? Yes. I can see if it'll. I like this tune. Okay. I'm going to skip through this. I don't know if I can hold out for another hour and a half. I don't know if you guys want to anyway, but this is from apparently this is a few hours ago. And it's an hour and a half. I don't think I got the gas to hold up that long, but let's see. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Skip
That
over to
song
20
from
minutes.
earlier got us blocked, I think.
20 minutes. Okay. Perfect. I'm glad.
Gonna blow your cover. No. Because you're probably an XY chromosome that hides behind a female profile. Because you probably don't get any either. Because you're a hateful ass man. For real. For real. The most you get is your own hand.
That's rude.
For real.
Whoops.
Look at you. You don't even say anything for fear that you're gonna blow your cover. Don't you have a blow-up doll to go mess with? You know they make them in silicone now, right? They even make parts so that you won't have to buy the whole doll. Sir. quiet, aren't we? No.
Yeah, she's definitely flying a kite right now, right?
Anyway, I was gonna tell y'all something because I was talking about my son, and I'm right here next to the room that it happened in. And no, actually, I wouldn't know because I'm not a dude. I'm not a dude. Oh, about being plastic? I don't know. I guess, well, a silicone blow up doll has a nice hot silhouette. And I guess since I have a hot silhouette, I guess I would know now. Now I would know. Yeah, you're right. And what about it? Yeah. And yeah. But what else?
Bump. Did she just
I
go
struck a
bump?
chord, but let me guess, you're really not a guy. You're a fucking dude. That's why you took a long time to reply. And you did have to cool down just a little bit. Look. Should I post my comment from last night? Who the fuck cares? Talk about your mama. Talk about your grandma. Talk about my tragedies. Say whatever you want. It's still you with a stock photo. And we know it's a dude. You're never going to have the same energy as me. Because you're a loser dude behind a stock photo of a woman. Loser. That's not even the same female from last month. Pendejo. Can't even go live. You can't even go live because you're a dude. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. I don't even want to waste time on this motherfucker. Fuck you. So, y'all, can I tell you something? I've never told anybody this. At least I've never talked about it live.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. Don't call me baby. I'm not anybody's baby.
Got that right. She's got that
I
right.
didn't do that. Okay. Okay. I was 17 years old. And, oh, Jess, you're here. I was 17 years old. And, no, I'm not yours, Eric. I'm not anybody's. I was 17 years old, and I was right here in my childhood bedroom. And up until that night, I would go to sleep with all the lights off.
Hang on, I'm
because
gonna
there
skip.
was never anything for me to fear.
She's telling me to skip.
Came in through, you know how there's the curtains, and so just a little tiny bit of moonlight comes in through the curtains, just a tiny little bit, right? So I'm just there, and I'm just thinking about, and all of a sudden, and by this time, I had already read What to Expect When You're Expecting, like 3 times. I'm not even kidding. And all of a sudden, Lorenzo, in my stomach, he flips over. He flipped over. And I was like, oh my God, he flipped over.
He's probably going, shut up, woman, damn. And he flipped over.
And that freaked me out, right? So I'm just there thinking about how he just flipped over, right? I'm like, wow, right? That's crazy. Wow, he did the whole thing.
up until then, it was just little butterflies, right? Like little, right? So Sarah, if you're gonna be an asshole, I'm gonna block you. Like, I'm getting jerk vibes from you. I kind of got them earlier, but like I'm getting them real strong right now. And like I'm on my period, so I don't give a fuck. Like I give no fucks, but like right now it's like even less than that, if it's even possible. Like I give no fucks that I'm not even gonna like fuck it. Bye. I'm being serious, so she's gone. So there I am, right? He flips over. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool, right? So I'm looking at the wall and I'm thinking about how he just flipped over. And I'm just there concentrating, right? And listen, okay, she's gone. Listen, you're not going to believe this because I couldn't believe it.
If you know, you know.
So I'm there and I saw something.
The
It was
dingo ate your
a
baby.
tiny little like a little like that. The little tip of that. You see that right there? Like that. Bit far. Like the length of the car. From my head to the length of the car, the whole length of the car. That's how big the room was, right? And just a tiny little, just like that, right? And I'm like, what? There's a hole there, right? Why is there a hole in the wall, right? There's a little light shining through that hole in the wall, right? That's weird. I've never seen that before, and I've been here forever. And I was like, when did Boppy, because I would call him Boppy, not Grandpa. When did Boppy's light get so bright? Because my grandpa never had a bright overhead light, ever. My grandpa only ever had a lamp, like on a bedside table, which is not that bright. You all know that. But this kind of light, if it was what I thought it was a light that was illuminating from the very top of the next room, which is the only logical way that it could be so bright, coming from a little pinpoint in the wall. I mean, because how the fuck else is there going to be light through a little hole like that, right? So I'm just looking at it, right? So I just keep looking at it. So it gets a little bit bigger. Mm-hmm. A little bit bigger.
So, is she hallucinating? I mean, was she on drugs back then? I hate to think she was doing drugs when she's pregnant. All right, let's keep listening.
A little bit. Like that. Right? And I'm just looking at it. Now it's not straight in front of me. It's off to the side. Right? And I'm looking at it. And I'm just watching it. And I'm watching it. And then it's growing a little bit slow. And then it gets about it gets about that big. Just like that. when it got about this big, I saw that it was not right on the wall. It was like this was the wall. It was away from it. Mm-hmm. It was away from it, and the light from it was casting a light on the wall, and the color of it, I'll never forget. It was a limey green, like a limey green, and the circle itself, it wasn't a solid color. It looked like water. It looked like water. The whole thing. So it was like a flat circle of water, and it was illuminating the wall, and I could see the texture of the wall.
Okay, this sounds like somebody who's tripping on acid. Have you ever heard of the stories that are people that take acid? Have you never heard those? One of the stories I heard was Howard Stern when the first time he took acid. He took acid, a hit or whatever you call it. I guess you call it a hit, and then he went to the movie theater to watch a movie, and he said the ceiling started raining inside, and that it was like melting. And I'll never forget that. And I've heard similar stories, and that's just yeah, something.
That's how I knew it was illuminating it, and it wasn't coming from the wall, because my dad had put the Monterey texture on there, and I could see the Monterey texture on the wall. That's how I knew that it was away from the wall, and it was away from the wall only a tiny little bit. And at this point, I wasn't scared. So then it got bigger. It got like this big. And I was still watching it, right? I was just looking at it. I was frozen. You know, people don't understand that there's not just flight or fight. There's flight, fright, and freeze. People forget about the freeze. I froze. And I didn't, whatever it was, I didn't want to make commotion, because something in me was like, don't let it see you. Right? All I could do was watch it. And as it slowly, because it kept getting bigger. And as it was getting bigger, and it kept getting bigger. As it was getting bigger, it kept getting brighter. And it was getting brighter to where the area that it was illuminating was getting bigger than the radius of the actual watery circle plane.
Watery,
you know what I mean?
Circle plane.
Like it was the shine on the wall was wider than the radius of the actual watery circle. Okay? So now it was like a basketball, right? I started to get a little bit scared at that point. And I just kept looking at it. And I didn't yell for my grandparents. I don't know why. And I could have just gotten up and gone out the door. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking. I freaked out because I knew there was nothing wrong with me. I knew what I was seeing was real.
Oh, I'm sure it was real, but that's a
So when it got to the size of like a human could get through it or be pulled through it, that's when I got scared. I got real scared. I got really scared. And I couldn't look anymore. And I got my comforter and I put it over me and I started to pray. I started to pray and I started to pray and I started to pray. And I asked God to take it away. I can't. Why am I don't even know why I'm whispering. But I asked God to take it away. And then when I took my comforter off, it went away. And that's it. That's what happened. And it happened. There's no reason for me to lie.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
I wanted to. I wanted to.
We believe you.
I've never heard anybody talk about that. I want to say that it looked like water because that's the best way I can describe it. That maybe it was kind of mirror-like, or maybe it was kind of like a window. I don't know. All I know is it was that and the color that it was casting on the wall. And it's weird because I don't know if it was I don't know if it was something looking in my room or something wanting me to look in it, or something that was going to pull me in there, or something that was going to come through. I don't know what its purpose was. All I know is that when I redid that bedroom, I put a closet there. I did. I moved the closet right there. I told the man, put the closet, move it from the right there. I'm just put the closet right there, okay? Please.
Yeah, because in scary movies, closets never have anything scary and creepy in them, right? Closets are a good thing. Good job. Good job.
I did. hmm hmm I promise. I promise.
You ever with the lights on in your bedroom and you see you got your closet doors open and like you got a jacket hanging and it's dark, right? And you keep staring at the jacket. For some reason, you're just staring at the jacket. And you're staring at it. You can't see it too well, but you can see the outline of it. You see the arms hanging. But it's dark, so it's like blurry, right? And if you stare at it long enough, the jacket actually goes, "How you doing?" And the arms raise up, and you're just stuff starts moving and stuff. That's happened to me. But this is there more? Let's play a little more of this.
I promise. And I wonder if it had anything to do with my son. I wonder if it had something to do with my son.
Don't blame him.
I don't know. But remember that I told you that I survived something? No, I never saw it again. And I'm thinking, I don't know.
She probably never saw it in the first place. Actually, that's what I think.
Maybe it had something to do with what I survived. Maybe it understood.
Okay, what was it that she had to survive back then? I thought all this surviving stuff happened, more like a few years ago. What did she have to survive back then?
No, no one had passed. I don't know what it was. All I know is that it did happen. And I always regret not letting it just happen. And I wonder, did it present itself to me because of what I survived? Like,
What the fuck did you survive? What did she survive? You mean just life in general, like everybody else does?
did it think?
See, remember I said when she's reaching for something, trying to create something, she's looking like this way, or she'll look that way. She's trying to create something or using her imagination. That's what I think.
Whatever made itself present to me, did it think she can handle this? I was like, no, I cannot handle this. No. Mm-mm. You should go away. Mm-mm. No. No. You still here? No. Mm-mm. Don't do it. No. No. No.
This is where you say, I'll have what she's having, right? I'll have what she's having. Or what kind of drugs did they have her on, man? We got some good shit, right?
I don't know. I've only saw one thing. I saw one thing. And I was like, how can it look like that thing? You know what it looked like? And I was like, that's what it looked like.
Here's the proper music.
There's this story of this man. I don't know if y'all have heard of it. I don't know if it's on YouTube or on TikTok. There's a guy that created, he generated a certain kind of wave in his room. Do y'all remember that? Have y'all seen that? He generated, I don't even like talking about it. He generated a certain frequency. And they never saw him again. and he recorded it happening. Hold on. Yeah, nobody's on dope. Also, that's a pretty heavy drug.
Somebody said you must be on dope.
What's wrong with you?
That's some heavy shit, man.
Don't you have to have track marks and stuff like that?
That's some good shit, man.
I mean, don't you? Do you not? And let me see your stupid ass go live. And how do you know about dope? Why do you come over here without going live? Do you know about dope? Do you know about smack? Do you have your 2 front teeth? How long have you been sober? No, let me deal with them. Should I get my computer and show everybody who you are? Should I? Hi, Nikki Aparicio Bailey. How are you?
No, this is not live. This is from
I do that?
a couple of 3 hours ago or something like that. Maybe more, about 4 hours ago.
Should I, Jackie? You can't hear me now, Jackie? Jackie Howell? Yeah? Oh, Jackie. That can't possibly be your only picture.
Oh, she's going through the profile.
That can't possibly be your only picture. What happened? You were so inquisitive.
Jackie who?
Are you shuddering at the thought of us looking at your profile? Or are you shuddering at the thought of your profile being shown and me never taking down the live video? Which is it? Or is it both? I bet it's both, isn't it? Right? Right? What a tangle web we weave when we when we choose to show our asses. Right? Right, How?
Excuse me. Mr. Perro Caliente. Yes, I'm live. She's not. This is a recording of hers from earlier tonight. And boy, if you only knew what you missed. I just let it play.
Right? Yeah. You should. Us Hispanics, especially as Mexicans, we're a little feisty. You that outflex. You shouldn't be coming over here like that. You shouldn't. Because we'll show your ass. We will.
That's what I was going to say. Is that really? And I know some of you have heard me say this to Bam before. It's like, is this a thing? I mean, do you guys really care if you were to go and show your profile? Like, you want me to show your profile? And then it's going to be on the internet forever? Is that what you want me to do? It's like, bitch, the profile's public. It's on the internet already. Why is that such a thing? Are people really afraid of that? Like, really, really afraid of that? I assume not, because everybody's profiles are usually very public. But what? Why are even people? Why would she even say something like that? Like, are you afraid? I'm going to show your picture. I'm going to show your profile on the internet. It's going to be in my files forever. Like, okay, go ahead. Are people really afraid? I mean, I know some people are kind of go on lockdown and stuff. But my thing is, if your profile is public and you're showing it to people anyway, and it's there for the world to see, who the cares if she shows it? I mean, like, she has something up her sleeve. Oh, you want me to show your profile? It'll be on the internet forever. It's like, it's already up there forever. Who cares? Just wondering if that was a thing. Don't be afraid of that stuff. This is just her these little tactics. They don't. You know, I think maybe there was a time when people were afraid of that stuff. People try to call it doxing. I don't think it's doxing, especially since most of this stuff is public anyway. So she thinks she has that power. She thinks that causes people to shudder and be afraid. Like, STFU.
Don't be doing that. Because then you'll be there like, she showed, but nobody told you to bring your ass over here.
Nobody cares.
No one said that. What happened? All of a sudden you're silent?
Yeah, I haven't been up this late like this, doing this anyway for a while. It's been a while.
How brave they get. Anyway, when I saw this man, I should get my computer. I should show you on the computer. Huh? Who's Trinity? Look at all these white ladies.
Oh.
Look at all these white ladies. Oh, they're all gonna do. Is it Vanessa Tijerina punching bag tonight? Is it punching bag Vanessa? Is it Vanessa Tijerina punching bag night? Is that what tonight is? Is it get your jollies off white lady night on Vanessa Tijerina? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but she's not racist at all, right? Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? It makes the fragile white ladies feel better, right? Right? The little Trinities, right? The little Trinities, But she's just a sweet little white girl. She's just a nice little white girl, right? I bet you. How many times did you take that picture before you actually?
This chick is weird, man. Who acts like this? How old is she? Almost 50, she says. She's behaving like a freaking child. You know, it's okay for a child to act like this, but tell me something's not wrong. Some kind of chemical imbalance or just a illness or something. I mean, this is creepy AF.
Actually, how many times did you pose for that picture and you took pictures that you actually chose that one?
Well, how many did you pose for of those 5,000 pictures you got on TikTok? You didn't pose at all for none of those? You just took the first shot and that was it? Right. she goes. I hope you could tell what that was.
You know what I love?
Yourself?
I love how it's not working out for you white ladies anymore, the white haters. I love how when you come now to my page, I love how you crash and burn. I'm not even gonna pretend that I don't revel in it. Cause I do. I do. I do. I really do. I do. I can't. Yeah, I do. I know. But it's hate. So I shouldn't feel bad about watching hate crash and burn. Yeah, no. No. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. No, Leonie's being nice. She's being nice. She's being nice. Hi there, Miss Kathleen. You see all the nice white folks coming over?
Nice white folks.
Leonie, I don't know. You were being nice earlier. I don't know if you... I don't know. Did somebody tell you something about you being white? Because I legit stick up for you right now, so... Yeah, I don't think no one told you anything about you being white. Yeah, no, nobody went at you. Nobody went at you. So I don't. Nobody told you anything, Leonie. I mean, if you want to make something out of nothing, I mean, by all means, but shit. Just remember, nobody did nothing to you. All right. Hi there, Irene. How are you? Thank you, Con. Thank you. Man, I wish I had my. Don't you sometimes wish that you could just think, like teleport something here? You know? Like, I bet you to like extraterrestrial beings, we look so unsophisticated. I bet you we look like I bet you we look like a bunch of schmutz. I bet you we do. And then with our spoken language.
Did she say schmutz? Is there a word schmutz or did she mean schmucks? Because a schmuck is a word. I mean, that's a phrase. That's a word. But schmutz, I don't know. I don't think I've heard that one.
Language. How embarrassing. For real. Because all they have to do is just like think it. They don't even have to utter a word. They don't even have to say shit. All they have to do is stand there and look cool and think it. And we're there moving our fucking gullet hole, showing our teeth. Oh my God, how embarrassing.
You know what it means when someone's 30 cents away from having a quarter? Yeah.
I'm being serious.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Kristen, don't we all? You know what, Kristen? Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet have the most beautiful love story I know they're not together anymore, but oh my God.
Deborah, I'll get into that in a
You
little
know
bit.
that that's a May-December romance, right?
Actually, if you watch the replay, I kind of talked
She's an
about.
older woman, but he fell in love with her when he was a tiny little boy. Can you believe that? He
A
fell
little
in
earlier
love
in
with
the
her
live,
when
I did speak
when
about
he was a
how
little
this all
boy.
started. So
He
just
saw
go
her
watch the
on
replay.
a different world, and he told his mom, "I'm gonna marry her," when he was watching an episode of A Different World. Hmm.
Different world.
So, anyways, you guys, I just told y'all, and I want to go and I want to get my laptop, but I guess I'll just show y'all another day.
She's dying to go get that
Yeah,
laptop. She's dying to go
Jason
get that
Momoa,
laptop.
yeah, he did, and I believe that he was in a restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Deborah, I explained the
and then
whole thing of
one day,
how that
and then he
started.
was
I
really
promise.
kind of disappointed when she had married Lenny Kravitz, and then they had babies and stuff, and then he was kind of happy a little bit, but that they had gotten a divorce, and then one day fate intervened, and they just happened to be, I believe, in a restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, and he shot his shot, and the rest was history. But yeah, hmm he's he looks like he's a little bit immature. But I bet you it's fun in bed. I said it. I said it.
You can tell she watches True E Hollywood stories, right?
And you know I'm right. I bet you he makes you feel so dainty. Let's get this. Bye. Oh, never mind. They just hung up the phone. Never mind. I can't believe that I was gonna hang up the. You know what? No, I cannot believe that I was gonna hang up this live video for that person. No, Vanessa, don't do it. No, don't regress. You know he'd be fine. It'd be like I don't know, kind of like horseback riding on the beach or something. And then you just like give the horse back, right? You don't have to feed the horse, or like find a shelter or anything like that. It's just like, hey, take me through let me just get on the horse and we go through the water and stuff, and it'll be just like fun and stuff like that, right? And then I will just give the horse back. It'll serve its purpose, right?
I got nothing. I got nothing. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of men that like.
Oh boy. She talked about Lenny Kravitz and him being good in bed. Now she's horny. Look at her. Look at her. Now she's horny. Oh boy.
Well, I wouldn't care if it pooped in the water, because I'd be on top of the horse, so that's so far removed from me. That's like being in the water in the Bahamas with the pigs. I wouldn't even care, because I'd be in the water I'd be in the Bahamas. Shit. And that's pigs right there. They'd probably be peeing in the water. I wouldn't even care, because I'd be in the water. I'd be in the freaking Bahamas. It's pigs. It's the Bahamas. It's water in the Bahamas, right? You know? What the? Are you fucking kidding me? Who's Jennifer Jones? I know another one. Why are you coming at me with that energy? Do you think that just because you were a white woman with a bunch of hair around you, that you were just gonna get an outcome that the other white women didn't get? What did you think? That you were Jennifer Jones? What did you think? What are you saying about white women and why? I said what the fuck I said about white women. And if you weren't here to fucking hear it, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
We heard it, tough guy.
I mean, but if you really want me to tell you, I'll fucking tell you. Just act up. Let me see you act up. Let me see you tell me something. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for that big D energy.
Big D energy.
What's a question? Nobody's mumbling. Try harder. Try harder. My enunciation is pristine. Try harder. It's a live video, honey. Everybody can hear my enunciation. Try harder. What else? What else? No one's mumbling. This bitch. Let's go live. Let's nip it in the bud. Man, look at this white bitch. You come over here without the ability for me to bring you live? And you're talking about me mumbling. Look at this. White little pussy. Get the fuck off my page. Coming over here talking about mumbling. That's what the fuck I thought. Get out of here. You blocked yourself.
Your potty mouth. You kiss your cousin with that mouth? Jeez.
White little pussy. White little pussy. Get the fuck out of here. Block. That did not last very long. Fuck out of here. Oh shit. You're either gonna come with it or you're not. No, for real. Like for real. And they always come over here like that. And shit, if you're gonna look like that, if you look like that, I mean, I really don't go to other people's lives and act like a fucking badass. I don't do that shit because I'm not uncivilized.
She said it. You heard it. She said it. She said it. Hear it again.
If you look like that, I mean, I really don't go to other people's lives and act like a fucking badass. I don't do that shit because I'm not uncivilized.
She's not uncivilized. And she can say that with a straight face?
I'm not. But let's just say I'm a hater, right? Let's just say if I was a hater, right? I would fucking go to people's lives and I'd be like, bring me life. Bring me life. Right?
Yo, everybody, you guys got to share this later. This is epic. This has turned out to be quite quite what does Seinfeld call it? Bizarro. This is like bizarro world right here. Yeah.
Because I'd be like, shit, I'm about it. Bring me life. I'm waiting.
Yeah, right.
Bring me life. Oh, I have the ability for you to bring me live. It's the first little option. Bring me live. Why am I not live yet? But they never do that. They come over here with their smart ass fucking mouth. And I know that they're streaming me on the fucking hate page right now because that's how the fuck they even fucking hear about me enough to come over here. So, like, if you're watching right now and you're even thinking of coming over here, like, your stupid little colleagues came over here right now, that's what's going to happen. For real. And that's because she's probably like 2 or 3 times as pretty as y'all watching, contemplating coming over here. Mm-hmm.
And the whole time she's clutching that bag of hers. Like she wants to leave, but she just can't help herself. Maybe she's got to use the bathroom or something, and she thinks she's going to leave to go when, you know, it's one of her 40-minute goodbyes or whatever. Yeah, about another less than 30 minutes. Let's see.
So, anyways, from now on, I'm just going to click on it. And if it doesn't even give me the option to go live, real quick, for real, I'm not even going to waste my time. Time is too valuable. I'm not. Man, that was a really good one, though. That was a really good one. When that lady, because I was like, look at her. Look at her. She's like an older white woman with the like the punk rocker hair with the tattoos, tanned. And then she came on live and I was like, jump scare.
Jump scare?
What's going on here? Are you the grandmother of the lady in the picture? Are you using the lady in the pictures? Where's the lady in the picture? Are you her mom? What's going on? Leonie, you need to rewind this live video. I'm not even kidding. That happened. I was like, and the only reason I even did it was because she was like, oh, the child they took away from you. Bitch, I was 17 and that was my son who's almost 30. Let me see your stupid ass live. Mm-hmm. And she was all brave too. Honey, please. No. You know, like sometimes it's not good to be brave. Sometimes it's not good to be brave. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. But anyways, what were we saying? We were talking about something, and it was a good thing that we were talking about. Anyway.
Yeah, you were talking. You got all horny talking about
there's
what's
not too
his
many
face.
like him. Why was that guy calling me? Stop it! Stop it!
Good night, Kay. Thanks for hanging as long as you could.
Stop it.
We'll be wrapping up pretty soon. Shit, like time for breakfast already.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna let y'all go. Kristen! You're bad because you have a type. You named them all. You have
What's
a type.
that, Shanae?
You are so bad.
What I miss, Shanae?
You have a type. You have a type. I agree with all of them. They're very pretty. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she's talking to her. She is talking to herself.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did she say that? Let's I want to go back to the stream. Did I go back far enough?
Kristen! You're bad because you have a type.
That was before that.
What are you saying? We were talking about something, and it was a good thing that we were talking about. Anyway, Jason Momoa. There's not too many like him. Why was that guy calling me? Stop it.
Whoa. You guys catch that?
There's not too many like him. Why was that guy calling me? Stop it. Stop it. There's not too many like him. Why was that guy calling me? Stop it.
Who the fuck was she talking to?
Stop it. I'm gonna let y'all go.
Oh man, she's hearing like voices in her head. She's talking. There's a little thing inside her brain that's in her head talking to her.
Kristen! You're bad because you have a type. You named them all. You have a type. You are so bad. You have a type. You have a type. I agree with all of them. They're very pretty.
Is this the part where we go? Oh, shoot, I don't have a crucifix, but you know, the power of Christ compels you. Get the hell out of here, freaking Lucifer. I need to put like a little cross right here on my forehead. I thought I got one somewhere. This is way out there. Way out there.
Yes. I remember when I first saw The Rock. I remember that. I remember thinking, I've never seen anything like that. I never seen anything
I told you. She's horny now. Now she's horny.
like that. Like, you're big. You're really big. They don't make them like you in Texas, and everything's really big in Texas, but not really here in the Rio Grande Valley. Just let's be honest. We're on the border of Mexico, so everything is bigger in Texas, except we're on the border of Mexico, so it's we're mostly Hispanic. Come on now. We're we're not that tall.
Janine.
Oh, a lot of y'all don't know this, but I used to think that wrestling was real. I did.
Good morning,
I really
Janine.
did.
Good morning. Did. Good morning, everybody.
I did. I used to get really sad when my grandma wouldn't buy me the Royal Rumble stuff. I'm not kidding. She was like, I'm not gonna pay for that shit. No, ma'am. That's expensive too to be thinking that. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I think, you know what, I'm gonna ask. Oh. Mhm. Yeah.
Janine, actually, we did. This is the second video. We finished the first one from earlier today, and then I was gonna call it a night, and then I saw that she had done another one, and everybody was saying, "Yeah, you got to show it. You got to show it." Whoa, you got to go back and watch this. Yes, you do. I promise.
Anyway, you know who I thought was really, really cute though?
And now she was talking about was it A Different World? And then Lenny Kravitz, Lisa Bonet, and then she got all horny. Now she's talking. She was talking to Rock, and now she was talking Jason Momoa and then The Rock, and now she's all hot now.
I had a huge, you know what I thought was, there was two that I thought was so cute. One that I thought was really like annoying, but I thought that he was still cute. And I don't know if it was the bad boy thing. I think so though. A Ric Flair. Only I think it was his confidence. I think that's what it was. You know, like he didn't give a fuck. Like he was just like, you know, I'm the best. It's me.
In
Right?
the Bahamas. In the Bahamas.
And the other one that I loved, Roddy Piper.
Oh man, Julio.
Dream
I didn't need that visual, bro.
skirt over here, sir. Let me see that skirt,
Oh man.
sir. Let me fix it for you. It's a little crooked. Thighs out. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Really? Your friend dated him? Shut up, Norma. Wow. That's funny. That's funny. But anyways, I better go.
Good night. Good
I
night,
don't know who the
Sinead.
other ones are. I don't know who the other ones
Oh
are.
my goodness.
I don't want to get out because you know why? You know why? I'm gonna be answering somebody's call. And I know I shouldn't.
Yeah, right. Who's
I
called?
was already gonna let go of this live.
Sorry, I wish I had a straw as a visual.
Wow. Hi, why do these white ladies always come over here? Shut the fuck up, you pussy ass white woman.
She wants to make that call. She doesn't want to make the call, but she wants to make the call. You know which call. It's like, oh, hold on, I just made a phone call. Hang on one second. I had to take a call. Okay, what were we talking about?
You know how I know you're a pussy ass white woman? Because you won't go live. Because you're too afraid of the rest of the world seeing your face. Watch. What'd I say? Ma'am. Ew. Why do you do that? I'm gonna screenshot this. Why do you do that? I'm not even gonna block you. I was gonna block you. Let me have some fun with you. Why do you do that? Why are you going around talking about the mental health of somebody else when it's clear that you probably did not graduate high school? Which means I am not education shaming you. The reason that matters is that if you did not graduate high school, then you most certainly have no credentials to be diagnosing anybody with.
Where's Roy?
Ma'am.
Roy needs to come get his girl already.
Honestly.
Put her inside. She needs to go to sleep.
Why aren't you saying anything anymore? Why? Because you know I know what you look like now? Ma'am?
Ma'am?
Well, ma'am, let's see your teeth. Well, let's see your teeth, ma'am. Let's see your teeth. Huh? Let's see what your teeth look like. Let's see if your dentition has been affected by any substances. Let's see if this is the case of the pot calling the kettle black. If you don't have anything to worry about, then you'll go live. Believe me, we're dying to see you.
It's like less than 15 minutes, so I'm just going to let it play. I can hold out for another 15
We're
minutes.
waiting.
It's only 4:22 in the morning over here.
We're waiting. Are you going to do it or not? Quit wasting our time. You're going to do it or you're going to do it or not? Are you going to do it or not? I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Yeah, she's the pot, she's the kettle, and she's the stuff cooking inside the pot. Yeah. Today, yeah.
You got to the count of 1. 3.
Oh, ultimatums now. Okay.
2. 1. You had your chance. Stop. I'm going to give you a tip. All right? Since you came over here with your crapola, stop brushing your hair back so tight. All right? You're going to get tension alopecia. Don't do that. Okay? The hair around your hairline is going to start falling out. Don't listen to me if you don't want to. But when it starts to happen, remember that I warned you, hater. Bye-bye. I do. I change my voice because it's more effective. And who put it? Who
more effective?
Who wowed her comment? Who wowed it? Leonie, don't be doing that shit.
Oh God!
Don't
look out! Somebody wowed her comment. Oh boy, she's not gonna ever get over this one.
Don't wow her comment. Don't do that. Do you know that if don't do that, it fuels them. You do know that wowing her comment is like hearting it. You might as well just heart her comment.
So?
Because it makes it feel, to a hater, when you wow a comment, it's not like you're like, when you wow a comment, you're probably thinking that you're being like, how dare you? Oh, no. They don't take it that way. They take it like, I made your jaw drop. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. You don't. No. You.
Don't do that. She sounds like Joe Biden now.
Oh, the likes of Paula Thompson. Those are the last sorts of humans that need to be emboldened. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
I'm glad you all got to watch some of this. I know some of you saw it already. I hadn't seen this. I'm watching this fresh with you guys. But if this isn't crackhead entertainment, then I don't know what is. Seriously.
Mm-mm. Thank you for the energy, Paula. Hopefully you'll put that same energy into, fixing yourself. Hmm? Any more haters from the hate pages? Hmm? What was that? That's like 5 haters down in this live video alone, right? Any more of you? Like foolish Paula Thompson came over here. I know a bunch of y'all be want to come over here, right? That stupid asses. Mm-hmm. Come with it. Shit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Janine, you have
Come on,
no
y'all
idea,
be
bro.
wanting to try Mexican?
You
For real.
she was talking to herself. She was.
Y'all be wanting trying to Mexican, and then y'all be getting mad when it's real spicy. Ain't nobody told to come over here. You already know. For real. I love you, Kathy. Thank you. For real.
We're talking drugs, aliens. I mean, you name it. This was all over the place today. Yeah.
Go try your own. Go try your own. Don't come over here trying to Mexicans. Go try your own vanilla style. Then you won't get mad when it's spicy. So it won't be spicy.
I don't know no more cheese
No, they can't handle it, Melissa. You're right. They can't. They want to put the whole freaking bottle of sriracha and then complain when it's spicy. Fuck out of here.
Spicy.
Yeah, and you know what? And there's some stupid asses contemplating it right now. Right now, we can do it. We can do, and they're pep talking themselves. They are right now. Look, she's gonna get off her life. Let's just go. Let's just fuck it. Let's just do it right now. Come on, Karen. Let's just do it. We can do it. Come on, Lisa. Let's do it. Come on, Brittany. Let's do it. We can do it. Yeah. Okay? Come on, Dakota. We can do it. We can. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can do it. We're better. We can do what nobody did before us. I see where they went wrong, okay? I've been taking notes. Come with it then. Mm-hmm. I love you. Come. I'm not even going to say anymore. Oh my goodness. And you know one of them's going to be like, man, no, she went too far. My granddaughter's named Dakota. Well, come over here, Mima. Try me. Mm-hmm.
No way.
You know how they are. They're so mean. They're so mean. You know it. You know they're thinking all that shit, all of it. And they're talking so much shit right now. You know what I should do? Next time, I should just go. I should put them. We should have a. we should read their. We should turn the camera around and show them hating. We should really show them hating on the actual hate page, and just click on their profiles and be like, look at them. They didn't even come over here, but fuck it. I
Man,
you're already talking shit.
she's extra crispy tonight.
On yourself, man, for real. You didn't even have to come over to the page.
Extra crispy.
It's like God, like, like pulled us this way. Said, you know what? Just go over to them. Yeah. I'll bet you, me just saying that caused a little silence. Right? I bet you. Damn, we did stop a little bit. I don't like that. Why is she always calling the shots? Because y'all are predictable, that's why. Okay, I gotta go. I love y'all. Prayers for California.
Like you care. California? What about Hawaii?
Leonie. No, you guys have your cliques too in Australia. You guys have your cool, down to earth white girls. And you have your preppy white girls. You have your cliques too. Mm-hmm. Australia has their cliques too.
Extra crusty.
You know it.
Extra.
And you have your rich white girls too.
Extra crummy. Too many crumbs, perhaps.
Every country's like that. But America, I'll tell you right now, we take the cake. Ain't no bullies. Ain't no bullies. Ain't no bullies like the ones that we got the cream of the crop of bullies. I'm being serious. We got, ain't no other country in the world beats our kind of bully. America, yes, Kristen. Yes, for real. If there was an Olympics for bullies, we would fucking beat the whole world. Yes, we would. Sure enough. Sure enough. I would not be on any of them fucking teams, but I'm telling you, America would win. It is sad. It is. I would not be on their team, but we would win because these bullies is bad.
You know where else we would win? The number of crackheads that we have in this country, too. Yeah. I think you'd be up there winning that one, too.
Yes. We even have an especially vicious type. Has its own name. What other country has its own name for its bully? It's called a Karen. Yes.
Hello, Miss Dillon. Oh, you missed a good one. You guys just tuning in.
Wow, Kathy.
It's like 2 minutes left.
No, Karen, that's different. Not. There's lovely Karens. There's lovely Karens. Leonie, I love you. Look at her. She says they use that name over there in Australia for the crazy women. You see, and they get mad over here. There's in other parts of the world for them. I'm gonna have to make up for that. I'm gonna have to get. If I have a little mixed baby, and she's a little girl, I'm gonna have to name her Karen to make up for it. I'm gonna have to raise her to be a loving human. She's gonna be the most loving little Karen.
The thought of her having a baby is real scary, right?
Ever. Yes. And she ain't gonna take no shit from nobody. And she's still gonna be loving. Yes. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all take care. I don't know why I'm walking. I don't know why. I'm getting ready to get out the car. Like if I had like this big, fast energy right now, like Vanessa, you can barely move because, yeah.
Got to go look for that crack pipe.
Yeah. I feel so gross. I love y'all. Thank you, Kathy. Anyway. Okay. Bye.
Whoa. Man, you guys are troopers for staying up all this time. I know it's not so late that way, but it's much later that way. Oops. If you missed it, you missed a lot. Wow. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up real quick. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going. Somebody's asking if I'm going to her hearing. It depends when it is because I got to work, and that's obviously more important than her hearing. But we'll see if we can get somebody over there. Yeah, this today was, if you guys saw this, something special with Chuck. Oh, man, you missed a good one. It's 3 hours and 40 minutes, a couple of different videos, and definitely got to watch this replay for sure. All right, everybody. It's almost time for breakfast. Have a great couple hours of sleep if you can, or if you're just getting up. From what I hear, yes, Mr. The airport. Well, I'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna go live early tomorrow and update on some stuff locally here. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. This was quite the experience. Wow. Share and click and the thumbs up and the loves and all that good stuff. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Have a good weekend, everyone.